Okay, what happened? You went to China.
Yeah, in China for a total of 16 days, played 9 games, 10 days. It was a great experience, getting back on the court, kind of shaking the rust off, getting back in the competitive setting. It's been a while, me sitting out a year, so, I feel like I learned a lot, some things I can bring back. I work hard over the summer and take it to the season.
Looks like you put up some pretty decent numbers. Talk about how you felt with your game.
First couple of games, I was winded, the first couple of minutes, because, I hadn't, played, in a while, but, I just stayed aggressive. It was the first time I was able to play through, missing a few shots. And, once I, got over that, I kind of got myself going to the rhythm.
Did you have any expectations going in? And if so, how did, the way you performed compare with what you expected going in?
I didn't have a lot of expectations, numbers-wise. I just wanted to, go out and compete and, show my improvements that I made over the past year. So.
Was there anything in particular Coach Groce told you to work on over there?
Over there, he just told me to compete. Offensively, don't hesitate. Be aggressive. Defensively, get after it.
You also got to sightsee, it looks like, a little bit. Talk about just the experience, the non-basketball part of it.
Non-basketball, I got to see the Great Wall of China. Something I didn't think I would ever be able to see. That was something, I'll remember for the rest of my life. And then, I was able to talk to some kids over there. I gave away some line I gave to the kids over there. I think we got some new fans over there. So, it was good off the court as well.
A couple of years ago, Dominique Keller and Alex Legion went to China for Illinois basketball team, and they both said that they had a hard time playing in the arenas because they were really smoky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the arenas were smoky. A lot of people were smoking over there inside the arenas, and then there's no smoking age limit over there. So, everybody was smoking.
4-year-old kids on the street.
10-year-old kids smoking. So, I've never seen that before.
It's like going into the season right now, knowing that you're part of the town that you're going to be on court play.
It's a great feeling. Last year, I was just kind of behind the scenes, and now, I feel like I'm back and part of the team, and I'm just ready to help and get things going.
Practice different for you, knowing that?
Well, last year, I took practice like the game. I tried to, I was kind of part of the team in practice. Just game day, it was just kind of hard, but in practice, I tried to get after it. It was my game day.
Were you able to take any sort of benefit away from, stepping back from it last year, knowing you weren't going to be able to play, but just kind of get immersed in the culture here in the program without having the pressure of performing on the court, maybe?
Yeah, there was no pressure of performing on the court, so I was able to, just get better. Understand what the coaches wanted from me. Get to know my teammates without having to, go out and perform, during the game.
Did you notice any major difference in the style of play that you saw overseas as compared to what you're used to over here?
It was really up tempo. It wasn't a lot of defense. They played well, but they weren't that athletic. So in a 24-second shot clock, the ball was a little bigger, three-point line was a little farther. So it was a little different than what I was used to, but I wasn't complaining. I was happy to be playing.
What would you compare the competition level to over here? How or better?
Some teams better than others. I think some teams could compete, with us and Big Ten players, and other teams not so much.
Were you allowed to walk around? Did you have a minder watching where you were going?
I had a couple translators with me.
Mm-hmm.
When I was ordering food or in the hotel, that kind of helped me get around.
And what did you think of the food?
Different. I don't want to talk bad about it. It was different. it was different.
Actually, at the banquet the last time I saw you, Coach Groce talked about a moment in the season when things clicked for you, and we haven't heard from you. Can you talk about that there was a turnaround for you?
I kind of hit, rough couple weeks, just with everything. I had a couple, I won't say bad practices, but kind of off practices. And, I had a meeting with him, and he kind of got my mind right, and we kind of, we opened up with each other a little bit, about, expectations of each other. And, I felt my comfort level, I feel like both ways with each other, kind of grew. So, and then things went, kind of took off from there.
Everything's been, better since then?
Everything's been much better.
Thanks, Aaron.
Talk about your expectations playing this year. You're going against with a lineup here that's set. I mean, all 5 starters are back.
Just, I'm going to focus on things I can control, and that's, getting better every day. That's improving my game, and, that's when I go out there, do what I can, to help the team.
What do you think you are defensively right now?
Defensively, I think I'm a really good defender. When I focus in, I think defensively is more, want to, mentally, want to get a stop, want to, play team defense and, get it done.
Illinois needs 3-point shooting. When you finished up at Seton Hall, you were on a pretty hot streak. Do you remember your percentage there late toward the end of the season for Seton Hall?
I think the last 10 or 12 games was like 47%. Yeah.
Can you carry that over?
I think so. I feel like I'm a, better shooter than I was then. I've had a year to work on it and, and smooth some things out. So I feel like I'm a better player.
Thank you.
No problem.